Okay, so in this video I wanted to go over how you can find how much of a reactant is left over in a limiting reagent problem. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff already up here because I wanted to show you what the limiting reagent problem looked like. So you can see we took 67.96 grams of barium nitrate, which was mixed in solution with 34.21 grams of aluminum sulfate. What is the limiting reagent and what reactant is left over? Well, went through here, balanced the equation. It's basically a precipitation reaction, so it wasn't too hard to balance. And then I went ahead and did the calculations. Now, I'm not showing all the steps, but you can see that the barium nitrate is limiting because it makes smaller amount of the barium sulfate. So this was, again, just a standard end product limiting reagent type problem. So now that we know that this one is limiting, we have to find out how much of the aluminum sulfate is left over. So how do we do that? What we do is we start with our barium nitrate, and we are going to calculate how much of the aluminum sulfate reacted in this reaction. That will tell us how much has been removed, and then we subtract that from the starting amount, which is 34.21 grams, and we will have the final answer, which will be what is left over. Now, so let's see. So we're starting with the barium nitrate. So 67.96 grams barium nitrate. And we're ending with grams of aluminum sulfate, is what we're trying to get to. Okay, so we've got 3 steps. And the middle step is going to be our mole ratio step. This isn't anything new. We've done this a million times. Okay, so the molar mass that I have for barium nitrate is 261.35 grams. 61.35 grams for every 1 mole of barium nitrate. Okay, mole ratio. Well, we're going to aluminum sulfate. Aluminum sulfate from the balanced equation has a value of 1. We're coming from barium nitrate from the balanced equation over here. It's got a value of 3. And now finally we're going to grams of aluminum sulfate, so we have to use the molar mass of that, which is 342.14. per mole. Now, once we work it all out, we see that we used up 29.66 grams. 29.66 grams. This is used up. This has been removed from the reaction because it's been converted into products. Now, how do we find what's left over? We simply take what we started with, which was 34.21 grams of aluminum sulfate, and we subtract what was used up, which is 29.66 grams of aluminum sulfate. And so what are we left with? 4.55 grams. Let's get that G be a little more clear. 4.55 grams. Okay, so that's how you find the amount of a reactant, which is from the leftover, from the one that isn't the limiting reagent, right? It's the other one. How much of it is left over after the reaction is over.